I tested 5 of the newest AI video tools. Same prompts, same scenes. Some look like Hollywood, others are just plain garbage. The real question is, which tool actually delivers? And which one is a waste of time? And credits. New AI video tools are dropping every week. And honestly, it's hard to know which one is actually worth using. Some are great for ads, others are built for social. And only a few are better suited for cinematic shots. But here's the kicker. Some of these tools cost 3 times more than the others. Is the expensive one actually better? Or are you just burning money? That's why I decided to put 5 of the newest AI video generator head to head, using the exact same thing from my Akira project.
And we meet Akira again.
I'm recreating the Akira anime as a live-action cinematic thriller, and I needed to know which tool actually deliver the quality I need. By the way, I'm Firefox. I've been working in motion design and VFX for almost 2 decades, creating visuals for global brands and films. So I got a pretty good eye for what feels truly cinematic versus what doesn't quite hold up. For this test, I generated over 300 clips, but don't worry, we're not going through all of them. I have narrowed it down to 6 scenes that cover all the important stuff: fast action, character work, environments, and technical precision. And just to make it fun, I'll be rating each one with bananas, since all the images were generated with Nano Banana. By the end, only one AI tool will take the banana crown. Alright, let's get into it. I tested all 5 tools with the same prompt. First test is Kaneda on the bike. This is a good test for motion, camera tracking, and how well each tool handles fast action. The motion from Higgsfield is okay, but it's a bit slow. When you look closely, the detail on the goggles starts smearing. Not great. Second attempt with Higgsfield changed the camera motion and the bike design completely. Not what I asked for. 3 bananas for Higgsfield. The camera motion from Kling 2.1 Master looks good, but it changed the headlight design. The render quality is great on the area like the windscreen, but looks very bad on the goggles. Regular Kling 2.1 gives me a similar result to Higgsfield, but I like how it retained the bike design. Now with Kling 2.5, the result looks amazing. The render quality looks great, and I like how the hair catches the wind. The camera follows the bike like a real bike chasing. 5 bananas for Kling 2.5. The output from Minimax is quite underwhelming, especially compared to Kling 2.5. But when I try out the start frame and end frame inputs, the camera motion looks pretty good. But the render quality, I wouldn't use it for the final edit. 2 bananas for Minimax. I love how Seedance rendered this. It looks clean with no errors. The details on the hair and goggles look great. I like how it added the vibration on the wheel. That makes motion look very natural. I tested with the speed lines too. Still clean, but not as dynamic as Kling 2.5. 4.5 bananas for Seedance. The output from 2.5 looks super dynamic. I also like that it includes the sound, but I don't like the render quality. It's overly sharpened and not very clean. I tried again in 1080p just to see if it will help. It looks good, except the hair changed. The background and camera movement looks great though. 4 bananas for 1. Kling and Seedance are looking strong so far, but let's simplify things. Instead of an action shot, let's try a B-roll scene. This is a parallax test. The camera pans past the scene like you are driving by. The neon lady in the background, ramen bowl, and steam should all move naturally with depth. The output from Higgsfield looks a bit strange, like a dream or hallucination. Totally unusable. 1 banana for Higgsfield. Now with Kling 2.5, this is impressive. It's super clean, the motion is steady and exactly what I asked for. Another 5 banana for Kling 2.5. The output from Minimax looks great, except the chopstick. It looks a bit strange at the end. Although the building in the foreground is moving at the same speed as the background, which makes the video look flat. If we look at the Kling 2.5 output, the parallax motion creates more depth. 3 bananas for Minimax. I really like the output from Seedance. It even added extra motion to the lady. The 3D spinning effects of the bull looks great. 5 bananas for Seedance. The output from 2.5 is interesting. The camera motion is not what I asked for, and the motion on the neon girl looks a bit strange. 3 bananas for 2.5. So far, Kling and Seedance are killing it. But can they handle something darker? This tests character and camera motion. The bear needs to feel alive and scary. The output from Higgsfield looks clean and smooth. The overall output looks good. The motion is a bit too smooth for my liking. 3 bananas for Higgsfield. This one is Kling 2.1. It definitely looks more dynamic, but the bear intersects into the lights on the ceiling, and also the render quality doesn't look very clean. Let's see what Kling 2.5 creates. Okay, that looks so much better. I like the way it moves and how it blinks before the eyes go red. Even the ending looks great. You can easily transition to the next cut using that transition. 5 bananas for Kling 2.5. The output from Minimax looks super dynamic. I like the shaky camera, it added so much depth to the scene. But I noticed the objects in the foreground just disappeared. 4 bananas for Minimax. The render quality from Seedance looks great. Oh wait, where did the little character come from? It just appeared out of nowhere. But I think the character looks a bit too cute for the scene, which is supposed to look like a nightmare. 3.5 banana for Seedance. Okay, the output from 1.2.2 definitely looks scary. The character motion, camera movement, and render quality all look great. Let's see what 1.2.5 delivers. It's also scary, but I think the render quality of 1.2.2 looks definitely better. 4.5 bananas for 1. Just a quick note. For this test, I used Higgsfield because at the time of recording, they were offering unlimited video generation for some of these models, which make testing 300 clips actually possible. For images, I use Openart. Full disclosure, they gave me free access, but I genuinely like the interface and how easy it is to recreate similar images without having to download and re-upload. I will include links to both in the description. Alright, 3 scenes down. Let's see if these tools can handle technical precision. This scene tests mechanical precision. The bed needs to slide in smoothly, and the robotic arms needs to move naturally. Okay, the output from Higgsfield looks really good. I like how the robot arm pushes in the bed. But if you look closely, the transition looks a bit untidy. Also, random sparks appear when the patient is inside the scanner. 4 bananas for Higgsfield. Let's see what Kling 2.1 Master delivers. To be honest, it looks rubbish. The render looks mushy and not following the prompt direction. Definitely not worth spending the extra credit at all. Kling 2.1 output looks so much better. I don't know why it also shows a spark. Must be something wrong with the prompt. Right. There's a word, spark of light, so I'll remove that and create another output with Kling 2.5. This looks way better. I generated 10-second clips. The motion looks smoother and it added the cool red light blinking around the scanner. 4.5 bananas for Kling 2.5. Oh, the output from Minimax is really cool. Also, it looks strange. I like the camera motion, but I would have preferred it without these rings coming out from the patient. 4.5 bananas for Minimax. Wow, the quality from Seedance is next level. It even has this red light turning on in the corner. And also, this motion on this wire adds a lot more realism to the scene. And no errors on the mechanic arm and the scanner. 5 bananas for Seedance. This is the output from 1.2.1. The motion and camera movement looks very solid. I like that it moves faster than the Seedance video. Looks more dynamic. 1.2.5 output looks just terrible. It moves like an incinerator rather than an MRI scanner. I feel like one is stepping backward with this update. 4 bananas for 1. Alright, after 4 scenes, here's where we stand. Kling 2.5 is leading with strong scores across the board. Seedance is right behind, but we got 2 more tests. This test is all about complex action, with smoke and explosions. This is where things get real. Okay, the output from Higgsfield just looks strange. Not sure why the grenade is moving, and also why the camera is following the grenade. Not good. 2 bananas for Higgsfield. Oh wow, the output from Kling 2.5 even has that second explosion motion. Super cool. 5 bananas for Kling. The output from Minimax also looks great. I like the camera shake and harsh shadows from the runner casting on the ground. Looks super dynamic. 5 bananas for Minimax. I'm amazed at how real the lighting looks from the Seedance output. But I did not like that I can see the background clearly. Still, 5 bananas for Seedance. The output from 1 looks cool. I like how the smoke fills up the entire scene, which is great for transition. And I also don't notice the over-sharpened rendering in this shot. 5 bananas for 1. Final test. Can they handle VFX, facial emotion, and camera motion? all in one shot. This is quite funny actually. Look at his expression, not serious at all. Apart from that, the output from Higgsfield looks great. 3.5 bananas for missing the brief on the mood. Wow, the output from Kling is kinda cool. I like how the lights glow on his hand before the action. Also, these rocks look organic and super cool, but he does look like a different person in the end. 4 bananas for Kling. The output from Minimax looks pretty cool, but the expression looks super funny. 3.5 bananas for Minimax. The output from Seedance looks good, but it looks like he's about to sneeze at the end. But I can just use the first 5 seconds before the sneezing happened. 4.5 bananas for Seedance. Wow, the output from 1 looks super tense. Would have been a cool shot if it doesn't look super sharpened, which is a big no-no. I don't expect any AI video tool to generate plastic looking video these days. 3.5 bananas for 1. So, which two took the banana crown? Kling takes the crown with 29 out of 30 bananas. Seedance took the second place with 27.5 bananas, just 1.5 banana behind. It's mainly because Kling 2.5 is a huge step up from 2.1 and 2.1 Master. You saw that in the video. Otherwise, Seedance would have taken the crown. I also think it's fair to mention Higgsfield is more tailored toward fashion and social content than what I needed for this project. And 1 2.5 would have scored a lot more points if it wasn't for the over-sharpened render output. But here's a kicker. Let's talk about cost per generation for 5 seconds. As you can see, Kling is not only great for quality, but also the cheapest. For my trailer, I ended up using Kling for most shots because the quality to cost ratio was unbeatable. It truly deserves the banana crown. So, Kling 2.5 wins on quality and price. But here's what the best clip looked like cut together.
I had a dream. Lots of people died. And we meet Akira again.
Pretty solid, right? Guess what? This is just a raw output. No color grading or no finishing work. In my next video, I'll be showing you the post-production work I do on top of this. Color grading, texture, all the finishing touches that push it a bit further. If you want to see the process, hit subscribe. And let me know in the comment what tool you want to see tested next. Until next time.